No, njagala kulaga kifaananyi ko. Ya mwaka tulichogetea.
In a situation going.
Welcome back. Welcome in 2024. Yeah, that's what you did. And a happy new year. Well, we hope 2024 so far is riding you smoothly. Though, yeah, shit happens. So we can never tell who's experiencing what and why. But yeah, we hope that your 2024,
So,
of course, remains to be remembered. Kaliwa?
so ubundi bwabwe obumu bwagenze babukyusa. Okay.
And of course, it's Africa Maria with my colleague INNOSSETU straight up from Kampala, Uganda. We are super excited to be here with you in this very year, 2024. Yeah, we have been with you throughout this time, and yeah, thank you very much for coming and joining us here on Black Hot Fire Network 2024. Today's, of course, discussion is about Congo. We shall be giving you a ride of different perspectives in different African countries. But of course, this time around, we are starting with Congo because Congo has apparently one of the hottest news, I should say, though there are lots of events that are unveiling throughout African continent. But Congo is, of course, riding us to the political arena where we had, of course, Congo political campaigns come late last month. And of course, they had promised, by the way, that these elections will only, of course, be carried out once, Richard. But again, we saw the elections being continuously taking place. For some good days, we expected to see it taking place in a day. And of course, we also see the upper hand the Catholic Church has in Congo's political arena. And I think this has been happening all over Africa, except that it is very visible in Congo. Oh, yeah, INNOSSETU. Magambeko Happy New Year.
For those that are watching us on, of course, Facebook, today we are very sorry we are not on TikTok. But for those that are watching us from Facebook, Twitter, and of course our YouTube channel, thank you for watching and Happy New Year to whoever that is watching and actually whoever supports us every single day. We are here. Like Maria said, this is a new year. And it's gonna be massive. Here on Black Hot Fire Network, Uganda,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be massive. Today we want to talk about Congo post-election tension.
Mm,
Recently, Congo had elections.
mm,
Let me see. Let me see something later here. Um, mhm, 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 mhm. So, recently Congo had elections, and the people that were so influential in Congo elections recently, it was the incumbent president, and who is the president of Congo right about now,
mm.
and that is Kabila. Is it? Is it Kabila? No.
Second.
Eh,
T-shirt.
Shekedi.
Mm,
That is the president, the current president.
mm,
So we had Katumbi, that businessman,
mm,
and the other guy, and I think Katumbi was the second.
mm.
So we're having a lot of Congo post-election
Ogaira
tension.
yayitamu.
Aliwo.
Eyali president.
Incumbent era yawangu. Shekedi.
Mm,
He's now the current president, actually the president of Uganda, the government of Uganda under General Museveni. Yesterday, I think it sent a congratulation letter to the president um, of uh,
Congo.
of Congo for having won
The elections.
with a bigger percentage never before in Congo. So today, and actually from Monday, there have been a lot of tension in Congo. People like this guy Katumbi was telling people, you go on the streets and strike, they corrupted the entire system, the election system in Congo. So we need to fight for this. Which take that people were there fighting, or like they were planning to go on the streets, but neighbor was suppressing.
Mm.
So Congo election history, if we look at Congo's election history, you know that the elected we, we know that direct elections in the Democratic Republic of Congo occur for presidency, the National Assembly, and provincial assemblies. The Senate and the upper house of legislature is elected indirectly by the members of provincial assemblies. When we go back in 1960s elections held just before independence, so Patrice Lumumba became prime minister and Joseph Kasavumbu president. Hmm? In 1965, we saw Mobutu Seseko was
Wazabanga.
Zabanga seized the power
Mobutu
and
Sese
declared
Seko.
himself as the president amid the Congo crisis. He was formally elected to be a 7-year term in 1970, establishing a single party republic of Zaire, which is Congo. So, in his presidency was renewed by show elections in 1977 and in 1984, while legislative elections were abolished later on in 1975 by Mobutu, who ruled until 1997 when Kabila seized the power after the First Congo War. When Lieutenant Kabila, this was an army person, was killed in 2001, his son Joseph Kabila took over the presidency while the country was going through the Second War. The Second War in the Second War, which ran actually from 1998 to 2003. We know that the Second Congo War was officially declared over in 2003. The period that followed was relatively peaceful, with the United Nations' largest peacekeeping, this fake peacekeeping force maintaining the peace. Congo has never found peace. We know that. Which together. So however, the Ituri conflict marred the peace with periods of violence in the northeastern Ituri province. In December 2005, the referendum on northeastern Ituri province. In December 2005, the referendum on the new constitution was held. It was approved, paving a way for the first multi-party elections in 46 years. We are looking up into Congo's election history, how Congo has been surviving through elections. We looked about different presidents from Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba. We've gone to Kabila, Joseph Kabila, his son. Actually, Kabila introduced the one-party system in Congo. So we are seeing that Congo held elections in December 2005. A referendum was made, a change in the constitution was made and was held, which approved and paved the way for the first multi-party elections in over 46 years. The first multi-party election is in the country since 1960 took place in July 2006. Kabila was elected president and was re-elected in 2011. His constitutionally mandated term ended in 2016, but the government put off new elections, citing logistical problems and ongoing conflicts in the eastern DRC, which is happening up to now. The long-delayed general elections finally took place on 30th December 2018, which resulted in a surprise victory of Felix Tshisekedi, which is the same guy that was the president incumbent that was elected again in Congo. Although this was questioned by election observers and led to accusations of voter fraud, just like it is now by another opposition candidate, Martin Fayulu. This time round, this guy was the third. Katumbi was the second. Fayulu. So the Constitutional Court of the DRC dismissed Fayulu's challenge of the result, confirming Shekedi as the winner. Joseph Kabila stepped down in January 2019, with Shekedi being inaugurated as the 50th president of the DRC on January 24th. This was the democratic transition of power in the country since it gained independence in 1960. So we saw we are seeing
But was it a democratic?
uh, Kabila's government
Second, ya wangu la democracy.
until terms like Kabila's terms had ended, so elections empya ne zijja ye n'awanika elections empya ne zijja, new elections stepped in, so people had to choose on which president to be. Yeah.
Kabila yensimbawo
Yeah.
nago.
No, teyesimbawo
Yalimbawo.
yeah, emyaka gye gye gyali giweddewo, just like it was in Kenya. Yeah, just like it was in Kenya. Kitegeera? So this guy Shekedi Fayulu were on ballot paper and many others, but these were the most influential candidates by then. However, Shekedi won the elections just like he won these recent elections. Kitegeera? So amidst the people, or amidst the tension that we are having in Congo right about now, where does that tension come from? On 20th of December 2023, general elections for president, national assembly, and provincial assemblies and community councils were held last year. So the tension is from last year after announcing the president of the new president elect of Congo,
The people were not satisfied.
people weren't satisfied about the president. People were like that is a puppet. They're calling Sheked as a puppet because this guy has been in power for not very many years, but for that short time. But people are seeing things are not going on in Congo. People are still seeing Congo's minerals being exploited by different people that are welcomed by the same guy. The same guy is the one who welcomes such people. So people wanted to change
Welcoming and making deals.
with such people. So people wanted to make some new changes in the government. Kitegeera? But omusajja n'alemerako, but the guy insisted and won the elections. Mhm. So we are expecting further elections on 24th February 2024, elections of senators and provincial assemblies. In March, we expect election provisional governors by provisional assemblies. On still in March, we expect election of city councils in Congo because the election process has not ended by now. We expect in May elections of city mayors still in this year 2024. In July we expect election of chiefdom and senator councils, sector councils. We also expect in September still this year election of sector chiefs by sector councils. So that is Congo's election history. That is the short history I can talk about Congo's election process.
Sorry about
Happy New Year, fam. They ask you.
Happy New Year to Happy New Year, Derek. Welcome in 2024. For us who have been living in the future. For us who have been in 2024. So you guys, you can welcome to join us. Yeah, for us who have been living in the future, but you're still welcome.
So you get up.
Jai, baby.
Oh,
Yeah, that does one.
you were there. Come there.
Because
Come there. You get out. You get out. Naye topaka tugende mpola mpola musuubira mujja kwenda kitazigenda mpola. Manza tayagala kukola. So that is Congo. Congo's election or political situation over years has not been so good. Um, very many people coming out to fight for Congo's peace. Very many army groups, very many countries that seem to be so sympathetic with Congo, so sorry for Congo, come out and organize and to provide peace in Congo. Yet they are the same people that create discomfort. They are the same people that are creating disunity. They are the same people that are creating conflicts that with the wars, the endless wars in Eastern Congo, just because of the mineral resources that are in Congo. We see United Nations has been in Congo for over very many years, for over actually 60 years and plus. The UN has been in Congo in the name of providing peace in Congo, but we have not achieved. We have not. UN's stay in Congo has not yielded any fruits in maintaining peace in Congo. I don't know why, but I think it is resources. Congo's political situation, election process has been influenced by the people that have so much interests in Congo, people that are interested in Congo's resources, different resources Congo has. So they're always looking forward to put a president that can favor their needs.
Oh, they have been doing that throughout.
Mm.
throughout. So
Because why is it that people are seeing this guy as someone who is worthless, someone who is not nationalistic, someone who is not patriotic to the country? People are seeing this after a shortest time. And when you look at this election, people in mining areas, people in eastern Congo did not go in for elections, did not vote for their leaders, did not vote for a president. They don't decide. It's like those areas they are independent. They are so separate from Congo. What does that? What does this imply for? Ekyo kyongedde okutulaga nti nno this guy is supported by these people that are exploiting Congo's resources. We see towards the coming of these recent elections, the president of Congo had to send away all army groups that were providing peace to Congo away out of Congo, but UN was not sent out of Congo. There are even some more army alliances and corporations that are still in the name of providing peace in Congo that are still existing in Congo. But we don't see the president of Congo sending out these people. But he sent African army groups, soldiers, corporations, alliances that were made in Africa that were sent out of Congo towards the election time. Simanyi strategy ki gye yali ategeeza gye yali akola.
there is a time where some Congolese were demonstrating about the existence of um, these other peacekeeping African groups. Of course, Uganda and Kenya among others, and of course Rwanda, not to forget. People were demonstrating. Most of the Congo people were demonstrating. So I think he thought it would be on his advantage. So he feeds people exactly what they want. But of course, the situation in Congo, we know we have seen such kind of instances in Congo. We know that Congo has experienced a prolonged conflicts, particularly in the eastern region, which of course are fueled by ethnic tensions, competition for resources, and the involvement of neighboring countries. We know that a lot neighboring countries have always involved themselves to the point that we see some rebel groups that are being supported by the neighboring countries. We have seen the Rwanda alliances that are, of course, in Congo, claiming that they are fighting the two ethnic groups. As we have seen them existing, they're not bringing the rebellion down in Rwanda, but they are, of course, fighting in Congo. So we have also seen the LRA, we have seen the ADFs, and different. We've seen also rebels who have been chased from Uganda, and they march straight to Congo, and they are still causing havoc over there. So we know that we have also seen armed groups that have played a significant, of course, role in the instability of Congo. Congo has been one of the biggest center markets for missionaries. These are military equipments, these are weapons, not only to few rebellion groups or what we call the blockers or middlemen, but to also the Western world. For example, a country like Germany, that of course, I remember in like 2022, Germany's leading trade was, of course, missionaries. Now, where was Germany selling their guns? Where was Germany exporting this gun? So we have seen apparently a lot of countries outside Africa having their existence or their touch to Congo. We have seen the United States of America, and these not only fall to government sectors but also private sectors. We've seen individual organizations trying to build bases in Congo. We've seen individual companies trying to build bases in Congo. But of course, these individual companies are usually supported or backed up by big politicians in the Western world. in the America, you saw that the issue of this guy, of course, who we know that Trump was backing up. We have also seen issues of some Russians existing in Congo. So, though at times people look at these existence like individual or at a very small scale, this goes beyond those small scales to a bigger picture because apparently we know that Congo is one of the richest countries. So Congo has got minerals. Congo's minerals have existed for a very long time, since the existence of the Belgians. So Congo has been a heart of interest. So as we look at the Congo post-election tension today, we should also revise back and get to understand the facts behind these tensions, the reason why the Congo people have not had their full power to their democracy, like they call it, the reason why even some people in Congo have not had the right to do elections actually. When we look at Congo, the first thing that comes into my mind is those people who are having sleepless nights, the young children who are losing their parents, the pregnant mothers who are being killed while they are pregnant, men who are losing their families entirely. We are looking at that sad picture whenever we look at Congo. Congo itself has never given that bright picture throughout history. But when we look at that sad picture of the Congo people, more especially the people living at the eastern side of Congo, when we look at scenarios like elections, the first thing that comes into my mind is, are these people going to be safe? Are these people for the first time going to be given the right to, of course, decide? Are these people going to be given the mandate to wake up and choose a leader whom they find fit, a leader whom they believe is going to protect them? Will they have that opportunity? And then I was very shocked and disappointed to realize that a country that talks about democracy is cutting off a certain number of people to not carry out elections. Yet I believe they carry 100.10%. Sorry, but all it is there, but they carry a biggest percentage of the right to vote because they have experienced things that other people have never experienced before. So I feel like they're the ones who have that power 100% to vote and bring change, and Congo did not give that. Did not give them. And then when you look at the referendums of these people, they are talking about prosperity. We are not seeing majority. We are not seeing them focus on what they call peace. And as you are a true Pan-Africanist or a true patriot, like you were saying that people were demonstrating and they are claiming the guy is not a patriot. If at all we are to look at someone who is a real patriot, we would want to see the first manifestos of these so-called candidates or presidential candidates in Congo, of course, starting or stepping out to, of course, what we call peace rather than poverty, rather than economical control, rather than power over economy and all that, because you cannot talk about poverty and not talk about the causes of poverty, not be, of course, being instability. You cannot talk about the power of your economy when you have not looked at the fact that there is no peace. So you cannot have the strength of your economy when there is no peace in your country. You cannot talk about fighting poverty when there is no peace in your country. You cannot talk about development or youth empowerment when there is no peace in your country. I was so disappointed to realize that it's like the eastern part of Congo has been neglected. It's like people are letting that part be. People probably have done away with that part. Maybe every part or every plan that Congo as the Democratic Republic of Congo, their plan does not involve the eastern people of Congo. But maybe they are not coming out. Turn us over. Maybe they're not coming out to let the world know that they don't want to. They don't want to. They are doing away with this particular region. But of course, they cannot let that particular region go because they are benefiting from the minerals over there. And like you said, most of these leaders that we see in these countries, they are there for the benefit of their puppets. They're there for the benefit of course, the Western world. If you have not actually discussed about peace being the manifesto of your campaign, or being the manifesto or the reason why you want to come into power, if you have not talked about peace in Congo, then you are not a leader. Because even a young child is seeing that there is instability. You cannot talk about the economy, don't talk about the poverty. All right, don't talk about the poverty because Congo is not poor. Congo is not poor. Congo has the economy, the powers to raise its economy. Nigeria has done that. It has challenged Africa. Nigeria has taken that by the horn. So, I mean, we want to see leaders who talk about the peace that the Congo people need. But if you wake up and decide that, all right, so apparently the people from the eastern part of Congo are not going to involve in these elections simply because there is a lot of instability, we are seeing a war going on. How about you first stop that war before even anything? Because I feel like they have taken all the right to live from the people in the eastern, the right to sleep, the right to do things normal people do. And again, you are defiled from the right to decide whom you think is going to bring change. That is the total meaning of hopelessness. I see like the people in the eastern Congo being hopeless. Congo has not given them the hope. So if anyone is standing, and I do agree with you when you say that most of these people are not coming into leadership to fight or protect the people of Congo, really. Because if you look at most of their agendas, and if you look at most of the candidates, by the way, because for me, I would say, I'm going to use this one technique. When the president of, when this current president of Uganda was coming into power, he won the favor of the majorities of the people because everyone felt like he's going to understand their pain, because he was someone who grew up from a humble background. Everyone knew he was a poor man, everyone knew. So he came with that technique. It is another different story to tell. Someone. It is another different story for you, sort of to tell me that your thumb is hurting, and me saying sorry, and me having experienced the same pain. Probably I've ever had my thumb. Probably have the same sickness your thumb is having. Those are two different things. Now we see most of the African leaders now and these Bazungus really understand how to play along with these games. First of all, they get to understand the society at which. Now, if you look at who is going to of course, vote in Congo, most of the people in Congo that are going through hell do not vote. They do not have national IDs. The elections in Congo are elite elections. I will call it VIP voting, because even when they take the ballot papers to the rural areas, gunshots are everywhere. Even when they decide that the poor people are going to vote, at the end of the day, their votes are not going to, of course, be counted. Congo, there are some areas that even cars don't reach, because the Democratic Republic of Congo itself is very extremely large. Democratic Republic of Congo is large. And when you look at Congo has not been organized like other places where we see people having their governors. Yes, they do, but we have not seen their governors exercising their 100% full duties. So apparently the governors in Congo are just people seated in offices, not having powers to run. Now, such a big country or such a big region, for you to, of course, have such kind of leadership, that means it is going to drain. Because we have seen big countries like Nigeria. Nigeria has had a president, but it has states. The states have governors who, of course, lead. Okitegera. So these governors babeera nga abakiikirire baani ba president. Kiraba? But they are in those different states. Congo has governors leading in these states, but these people have been in office and not been so practical. They have not had their administration exercised in their offices. So apparently in Congo, it's like drafting, like it is one, the president is running this entire place, and at the end of the day, he's the person who is making final decisions. There is a certain time where a governor of course, Congo, you're traveling Baba Congo Chiboko.
Katumbi, because Katumbi was a former
Governor.
I don't know.
Bagavana bandoza babeeranga bangi mu regions. So, if you look at such kind of places, elections commission rejects allegations, Kinshasa. And of course, like I said, the people who vote in Congo, the only people who have peaceful votes in Congo are the elites. They are the elite people. They are the VIPs, like I call them. But and most of these people are always with them groups circles all the time. So we are not seeing democracy being exercised in Congo, because we are not seeing the average people in Congo, of course, being given the right to vote. And if at all they are given the right to vote, we have seen cases where the ballots have not reached where they're supposed to be counted. We have seen riots taking place in these places. We have seen police safeguarding all these people. And of course, we also know that we have also seen these elections not only in, of course, Congo, but also in other places where the Congolese are at. Now, what does that mean? Check it out. It's like last, I think, sometime back when they were the Congo, the Sudanese were having elections. Sudan, they went and voted. Kyova, most of the governments baagala nnyo okukolagana with those dudes. Wakitegeedde kubanga tebakugamba okululwa kuvuga Uganda mu baleefu ng'ono gayi ayongeddemu amakulu. I know that the whole world is watching the elections in DR Congo, because with a population of more than 100 million people, the country is endowed with anonymous natural resources, and about 70% of the world's reserves of coltan, metallic, are used as manufacturer. We know mobile phones, and 30% of the world's diamonds, as well as huge quantities of bauxite, cobalt, and copper. Of course, we know that most of the people, or especially the presidents of East Africa, we are saying they wish to see a free, fair, peaceful, and credible election in Congo. Crazy. The biggest question is, those who are wishing, have they done that in their own country?
The biggest issue in Congo now would be
So, for me, Um, For me, I would say that you know that the general election is taking place against the Why did I get that apple? I don't know what Joe. Not yet an angel. When the Sudan was dissolved to dissolve him. Abagisunga mukasaza onabanga maama atwogere ku makyokisone
What is the main issue?
avuganya ku mazzi.
So, what could be the main issue behind Congo's elections? What could people be looking at in Congo's current elections? Um, the general elections are taking place against the backdrop of insecurity uh, in the east and high poverty levels for majority of Congolese people amidst high levels of costs of living. Can you imagine? Abantu baavu, but they're experiencing high costs of living.
Tegeeza
Okitegeera
emmere baya bbeeyi,
nnyo buli kimu kya
okwebaka
bbeeyi.
wa bbeeyi,
Accommodation,
accommodations
healthcare.
za bbeeyi, malayo ga bbeeyi.
Okitegeera? So more than 60% of DRC Congo's population lives below the poverty line, earning over 2.15 USD, 2.15 dollars a day. Can you imagine?
60%.
60% of the people bafuna wano ndowooza nusu nga kasanvu. Kali kasanvu, dola bbiri, nusu kasanvu. Every day, 60% of the people they earn that a day. So for nearly 3 decades, Eastern DR Congo has been reeling with insecurity posed by several armed groups, such as the recent one is M23 and Uganda Allied Democratic Forces (ADF), with thousands of people living in camps in the two most conflicted affected provinces of North Kivu and Ituri. About 6.9 million people are estimated to have been driven out of their homes by conflict since March 2022. But on the eve of elections, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of the Interior Peter Kasadi told the press briefing in Kinshasa that security arrangements were being made for smooth running of the elections that were going on. If at all there are depot measures about providing security for smooth running of these elections and the entire electoral operation, why is it that those people that are affected with the rebels, people are places that are infected, people that have rebel groups and resources, those people did not go in for voting? Why is it so? If at all they gave provisions for that, why didn't these people go in for elections? We are seeing that people that went in for elections, these are the people that are in, of course, urban centers, people that are in resource-free areas. Okitegeera be bantu abagenda mu elections. Okitegeera? Why is it
Abali
so?
peaceful ko.
So when
That's the bird you see.
Hey family, jibijaba. Hi family, you look the Wonder Twins from Justice League with those t-shirts. Salute and I have a healthy 2024 and beyond.
Thank you, Jibijaba. We have been living in the future. You're welcome to join us in 2024. Me and Innosetu have been in 2024 way back. So you guys, you're welcome to, of course, 2024. Thank you
Nice
for joining
hairstyle.
us. Thank you. Thank you.
Do Congolese speak Swahili?
Yeah, Congolese speak Swahili and Lingala.
Lingala. Yeah.
Not all Congolese speak Swahili, but the Congolese at the most Congolese at the border, the Congolese at the eastern Congo speak Swahili.
Swahili mixed with the Lingala.
Yeah, well, their Swahili is crazy.
Mhm. So, for nearly 3 decades, the Democratic Republic of Congo has been embroiled in violence. Millions of people have been killed, and estimated over very many million people, and others displaced by civil wars, local, yeah. So we see that. The persistence of the war, especially in the volatile east of the country where the resources are. These include ethnic intolerance, illegal exploitation of countries' vast natural resources, and of course Congo's elite
That benefits from the chaos.
from the chaos.
These are the elites I was saying. No one ever even VIP. The ones that even have never heard the sound of a gunshot. People living in the cities, people, there are a lot of Moratos in the Congo. There are lots of mixed French VIPs.
Actually, people were even claiming that Katumbi is not a Congolese.
Katumbi is a Morato. Katumbi is a Morato, is a mixed blood. So we have those, but we have even never discussed about the racial discrimination in Congo. Apart from the Ituri people, there is also segregation of skin color in Congo.
Well, that's why most Congolese are
Bleaching.
Most of them
have that phobia. They have that issue.
By the way,
Biggest population of Congo, whether you are a man, a young, parents even bleach their children at birth. A parent delivers her baby, she starts bleaching the baby with the palm oil. There's warm palm oil to burn off this the melanin, the dark skin. They start burning it off with palm oil, red palm oil. When it's warm, not very cold, it removes over it. I think it removes that fast skin. So parents keep on doing it all the time as they have given birth to their newborn babies. They do it for apparently like 1 month, and the child's skin turns. You understand? They remove those cells, they prevent the skin from building up and the melanin growing. Because there is that color issue in Congo where the Moratos are looked at as VIPs. They are very many. And these other dark-skinned people like me in the Congo are always segregated. And this is why we have the biggest percentage of people in Congo wanting to bleach. Because they feel like it is only when you bleach that you will be recognized.
I've never seen any Congolese who is black. I see them bleached. The whole. Have you seen that woman? We were coming. That the woman we saw along.
Yeah.
About that woman jewelry and.
But there are some I've had some Congo friends who are dark skinned. Ate banange abadduka baba balungi ne bwaba muwala. Those people are beautiful. But bakubana abeeru naawe. Abaddugavu baba balungi. I have seen some Congo friends. I had one Congo friend, he was called Lumumba. He was dark skinned guy, nane gums are black. I think it was my first time to see
A
a dark
Congolese.
skinned Congolese. I first saw that guy. He was dark skinned, he was tall, he was looking good. And then with all his sisters, they were dark skinned, they were beautiful. And he was like, are you guys really Congolese? They said we are. And the sisters didn't know a lot of Swahili. They spoke too much of Lingala, but they were dark skinned. It was my first time seeing dark skinned people. And then in their family, they also had their cousins who are Moratos. For them, they were always speaking French. Usually, the ones who are educated in Congo are the ones who speak French. Just like we have, yeah, those elite category of people usually speak too much of French. So, yeah, so you are right to say you have never seen a dark skinned Congolese. I hadn't seen until I saw those friends of mine. So, we were going to the same school, and they were refugees actually. But bali bantu ba black. But the majority sima bantu jiwale be batunda n'ebizige ebyeyerusa. So if people want to go and buy bleaching cream, they know if I go to a shop of a Congo, I'm definitely gonna get the perfect bleaching share. Then from how those people are treated, they have that weakness. Because everybody's gonna see, yeah, right, I have to turn myself so that I look like those others. Yeah,
So, okay. So we are seeing that neighboring countries such as including Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda, my country, most recently Kenya, are locked in the ongoing conflict in Congo, which has been termed one of the wildest. The conflict in Congo, it has been, we have not seen actually, apart from this recent Ukraine war and the Israel war, Israel Palestine war. Had never, actually, the world had never recorded such a deadliest war since the Second World War. Much of the current violence is centered in Ituri, North Kivu, and South Kivu provinces, which lie on DRC's eastern border combined. They are about 7 times in size of Rwanda. So, consolidating peace efforts across the vast territory has proved difficult in Congo. So we look at when we look at the challenges that are being Congo is going through. When we talk about the conflict part, well, we can't skip about the birth of the M23. This is a rebel group that is named to be actually the March 23. This is a rebel group which, of course, since the 1990s, armed groups have been part of the political economy of the Eastern Congo. Communities created self-defense armies in response to the foreign-backed army groups accused of using war to loot the country's rich resources. For all the groups that are in Congo to be fighting on behalf of Congo, the groups that are in Congo to be providing peace, including the UN, they're using this chance to root, they're using this chance to rob resources in Congo. They root resources in the name of backing up communities in Congo, in Ituri, to back up for communities in South and North Kivu. These groups aim at stealing Congo's resources, starting from timber from forests, going to resources, these normal resources. We can talk about resources, copper, gold, cobalt, diamond, coltan, to mention but a few. Over time, yeah, to mention. Over time, armed or mobilization turned into a goal in itself, to make money, to express political power, or simply for the youth to cope with the chaos. Today, more than 120 armed groups are present in eastern DRC. Maria, I don't know how many armed groups you know are in Congo, but Congo has over 120 armed groups. One of these is the March 23 movement. The March 23 movement, which I've been actually talking about. So another problem Congo is going through, another factor which I can't keep talking about, is the regional dynamics in Congo. The DRC has accused Rwanda of violating its sovereignty by supporting the M23. A United Nations report actually supported this contention. Kigali, however, has dismissed the findings as false allegations. We know that tensions between Rwanda and DRC date back to the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. Many of the perpetrators of the virus, which killed about million Rwandese, freed to the DRC at the time, called Zaire. The post-genocide Rwanda government launched military operations in a bid to force these people to go back in Rwanda to face justice. Rwanda believes that Democratic Republic of Congo continues to provide the refugee for those behind the 1994 massacre in Rwanda. So this uh, Rwanda claims for that is hunting for these people that spearheaded the massacre in, of course, in Rwanda in 1994. Rwanda claims that these people are hiding in Congo for some good time. But like I said, for all these people that aim at providing peace, aim at hunting, once upon a time, Uganda has been involved in the same saga, being involved in actually taking armed groups to, of course, Congo, of course, to fight the Allied Democratic Forces. That is a rebel group that ran from Uganda to Congo. So these people, when they reach Congo, they fetch out there for their own interests and goals. They look up at Congo's resources. When we talk about another thing I can't miss out is the lingering effects of colonialism. Colonial ways of governing indigenous populations sowed seeds of ethnic tensions in present-day Congo. We know that the conflict in in North Kivu in 1993 that grabbed headlines was the starting point of the current violence in the Eastern Congo. So when we calculate what is happening in North Kivu is much older than the rooted in Belgian and German colonialism. So, eh, eh, mbele ngamphumula. So kamera efira. So so the conflicts we have in Congo, there are very many, but many of these conflicts, they have a root, they have a source. So we know that like I've been talking about the North Kivu conflict is based. One of the factors of this conflict is based on racist nation popular among African colonialists at the time. The two colonial administrations gave privileged status to some of the local populations based on ethnicity. What you have been talking about, that
Yeah, but that's what.
yeah, man.
Yeah, but-
What you have been talking about, that Congo is going through racial discrimination
yeah,
rooted straight out from colonial period.
yeah.
So another thing I could talk about, one of the things that could be causing conflicts, a lot of conflicts in Congo. I can't miss out the questions of UN's intervention in Congo. Over 3 decades of a war, the Congo has received tens of billions of dollars in humanitarian aid and hosts one of the largest United Nations peacekeeping missions. The missions was established in 1999 and its mandate expanded in 2010 to include the protection of civilians. So the UN mission has long been blamed for failing to stabilize the country despite more than 2 decades of intervention. How can UN, the whole UN, fail to maintain peace in Congo? Okitegeera? So it the actually the opposite is true. The reverse is true. If it is not creating peace, it is creating conflict.
Yeah.
Okitegeera? So
Look, I look at the comment.
hmm, those M23 have AU and US
US funding.
fundings. In Congo,
M23.
there is the minority
Abolishing.
tribe rule over the majority tribe like Rwanda in the 1990s.
Congo tulina tulina
Waliyo no ethnic groups
ethnic groups
nyingi.
nyingi and
Nyingi.
ati
A lot of ethnic groups.
the ethnic well there are very many ethnic groups in Congo naye nga basinga be tulabawo Babantu. Uh, but issue eri sorry I'm talking to
So these are the ethnic groups we have in Congo. We have Bantu people, we have Luba people, we have Mochi people,
Mbochi.
Mochi.
Congo people, the ones who are called the Congo with the Kongo, the Congo people, we have the Yaka, then the Nilotics. Apparently, there are more even than 40 something. The
Hutu.
Vili people, we have the Mbuti, the Chokwe, the Nyanga, Tengubu, Bangala, Bakwadishi. We have the Wachua, the Hutu also. We have the Pygmy Ngata. We have we have the Pembe. We have the Twa. We have the Teke. We have the Baka, Moru, Gaya, Lele, Bangu Bangu. Then they say Bangu Bangu means faster. And I don't know why Bangu people broke away from the Bantu people. We have the Fair people with the Fair. And then we also have the Tutsi. We have the Tutsis and the Hutus there. So we also have the Fair, we have the Lega, the Pembe Tutsi. They are very many people. But of course, we said that we have the Bantu, which of course have the Bakongo, which are the 41%. We have the Bateke people, 17%. Mboshi, 13%. Sanga, 16%. And other groups, of course, which includes the Baaka, Luma, Twa, Babongo, Mikaya, Gieli, and very many others. But Congo itself does not have an ethnic group that is leading it as an ethnic group. Like I said, they have big Bantu people. The Bantu people in Congo again go ahead and break, because apparently all these people in Congo are actually Bantu people, but they break away. The British, or sorry, the colonizers brought these people away and named them according to the tribes that they used to speak. So they would get a common pronunciation from the words and they form. Remember, Democratic Republic of Congo is a very big country. So they say that the Bantu people constitute a large majority of the country's population. And of course, in these Bantu people, the Belgians made sure that they broke the Bantu people into other smaller groups. That's why we have apparently like 40, not even 40, like 50 ethnic groups. Now you can imagine a country that has apparently like 50 ethnic groups. All right, we have mentioned just a few. 50. They went ahead and broke. Now, this is how big Congo is disorganized. Now, you can understand the level of tribalism
Mm.
in Congo if we talk about the 50
Mm.
50 ethnic group. The, yeah, man. Kati mbadde olwo neetegereza kwesabika bugoye bwa yintandi kati ogenda gula mu maternity.
ogenda bwesabikabi
Kati ngenda bwesabika oyo ali manyira ku NBS.
genda yabeera
Siina gyendaga kati ogenda kwesala maternity. Sala olwoteetera olulaba lusitudde kumpi ne lusitula shayi kati noono olugenda mu
tegesebwa tolina nti oligulayo
awulira oluganda.
Okay. We are sorry for that little inconvenience. So sorry.
but we are still talking about exploring about Congo. Congo as a country, Congo as a democratic country, because they have elections and they had recent elections. However, after the elections, people are not satisfied. Era wanisomera yange. Sagala kusituka wano. Teeka wano esimu. Nambe teeka wano.
Ole, kamwe tuliko kiri. So, recently Congo had elections, but people are not satisfied because I think I want to see Mutukuri.
I don't understand anything. Oh, now, like, what will I say?
That like the real people that are suffering, apart from these elite people that voted for this incumbent president in Congo, because of course people wanted change. People looked at other people as people who are capable of actually going into Congo's politics, like Katumbi. Katumbi is a rich man. So people had seen capabilities in Katumbi because, of course, the incumbent president, of course, Shekedi, that won elections. People people had gone through a lot with this guy.
Thomas. Yeah, I'm gonna people.
So people had gone through this guy since 2019, and that they have not seen any
Any
change.
change, yeah, yeah.
Okitegeera, insecurities were increasing. Foreigners in a country were increasing to take Congo's resources. So people wanted some change. That's why people are coming out to protest. On Tuesday, and that was yesterday, Congo had state of emergency,
Mm-hmm.
curfew. Curfew kusanga ng'ozunga ekiro. Mboko. Bawadde curfew yesterday because people were protesting. People weren't satisfied with what came out of the elections.
So, Jibjaba was asking if the minority of the tribes in Congo lead. We still have a tribal content in Congo's leadership, but it is basically it is about political parties. It is about political parties leading than tribes, because apparently in Congo we have very many tribes. It's hard for you to say. And then also these tribes also broke away from, the major tribes. So
Mhm.
the major leading or the major leadership is basing on the political parties in Congo, and I think we have seen this existing in most of the African countries where we had some political parties, like we had in Kenya, bali chama cha mapinduzi,
Mhm.
then ono yawangula abadde mu political party ki. So yeah, that's it.
And Congo's politics is too much into church-based politics, which means that the church puts in a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Catholic Church decides, has a lot to say, has apparently like the final word. They decide, apparently a lot of things. And of course, we know the Catholic churches as a whole have also benefited a lot from the situations in Congo. Straight up from St. Peter Basilica, ozimamba abantu gundi zaabwe zonna zajjula mu bya bugagga, ekifaananyi kya Virgin Mary kiri mu gold, ekikopo ekikompe kiri mu gold, omusalaba, a lot of things biri mu gold. So they have a lot of influence in the Congo So that's why they have to make sure that they decide
Mm.
um, and yeah, Union for Democratic and Social Progress. That was Felix Tshisekedi,
Mm.
his party. He's the leader of the Union for Democratic and Social Progress, the year's oldest and the largest party, succeeding his late father, Etienne Tshisekedi, in that role, a three-time Prime Minister of Zaire and opposition leader during the reign of Mobutu Seko Wazabanga. I love that name, but no.
Was a bang.
Since we are studying history, I used to hear, I used to love hearing when my teacher was mentioning Seseko was Zoba. Cyane kino kigayi kino kijanaliza kyefula kiza Zobanga.
Oh, journalist.
He's not even a journalist, he's a presenter.
I don't know. I don't know.
So I don't know their names. Kasuku.
That's okay.
He changed his name to Zaba. Wazabanga.
That's what I am.
Dude, I know Rugambo, he cannot even be a Wazabanga. Mbozi yeite Kasuku, the way it words. But you send the name Kasuku to something else. Tugenda kola saa bbiri sijja? Ssatu? Papa.
You get a.
Now that ngenda kwogera ku kali pompa. Teeka wali.
The Congo bennyini.
Yeah, we know that the rising violence in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has refocused attention on the long running. Sina kyabikolera kamera. Faanana bulungi.
Baddewa.
Eri kano akasemba. Akasemba. Amanyalo. Obijeewo. Genda kukala. Kyogenda okwoki? Ate bwe njogera mpola omutwe gwange guba tegukola. Kyeŋŋamba sipiidi. Bwe njogera slow nti bwongo wange butandika okulowooza slow. Tekaawo. Wali waggulu. Awo naye waliwo nadde njagala siwooli. Naye awo tewa. Birinnyemu bife. Like I was saying that
Jib Jabba said that the M23 are supported by, of course, the US and
the European
EU.
Union.
Okay.
The rising violence in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has, of course, refocused attention on the long-running conflict in the region, primarily between the Congolese army and the reconstituted rebel group M23 as part of three nation Africa. Stop. Stop doing that.
You're the same person who tells me the same things that we define. Police obusimbula. Police osimbulira mu namba nnyo. The rising violence in the Democratic Republic of Congo did what?
Mm. We know, we know we're saying that be careful.
Okay, there.
Be careful, boy. We know that we have, like you said, like, that there are more than 100 armed groups operating in the Eastern Tiara, and of course the unsettled region where conflicts has raged for decades, but of course has escalated in the recent months, where we see that of course the Human Rights Watch comes in and accuses M23, and usually it is very funny. Because
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I don't know if they can work with this. 2020 seconds. Yeah,
you are not going to do that and pretend like you are so serious. Oh, I'm sorry. Innocent is doing things here and he's pretending he's serious in that camera. I know you're looking like I've not done anything wrong. Okay. Um, we have of course, each time when we see scenarios, we have a lot of fake organizations that are coming in Africa. One of the most fake organizations, or the most fake whatever, I'll call them organization, where they're the Human Rights Watch. Chitagera. The Human Rights Watch. We know all these organizations are put in place to keep people blinded on that truth. When you look at the human rights itself, they don't really focus on what they should focus on. Now, if the human rights wake up and, of course, blame the M23s as, of course, being the most, rebel group that is causing instabilities in Congo, are not identifying the major bosses behind the M23. And also, because of course we know human rights is a group that was formed by the US, the United States. So they also do not see the reasons why these people really want Congo to be unstable.
Setu has that. Setu that has that look. You're going to get punched when you go to bed.
So it was that look of pretending he's serious after doing things, and he'll be pretending like he has done nothing.
Gibjaba says that Human Rights Watch should go after these illegal mines and sweatshops, but they won't.
Of course. Of course, Jibi Jabba. Not like we are saying, you don't wake up and start blaming M23, and not identifying why M23 is existing and who is supporting M23, and not only that, but who is M23, because this is very, very important. We have seen, of course, the rebels in Congo just being masquerades. They are masks. Yeah, so the major people we see usually are, of course, machineries who are working under command, machineries who have been given missions. But who is giving these machineries missions to carry out this violence, to carry out these conflicts, the instabilities, and to make sure that Congo is not stable? I think the Human Rights Watch should focus on those people. They should focus on those people well, because unless you identify the root cause of this kind of incidences, that means you can never come out with a solution. And we know very well it is not that they are not identifying the root cause, they know, and themselves they're also involved. The reason why United Nations has failed to bring peace in Congo is because the United Nations itself is involved in the conflicts in Congo. When you are when you look at the United Nations and you try to see the links, you will see that the hands of the United Nations are reaching and expanding to rebel groups. And like I said, this kind of organizations are organizations that are being led by a certain cocoon or groups of people who are extremely benefiting. We usually look at one, we say, probably we look at Bill Gates, and most people will only focus on Bill Gates and Bill Gates' want or needs or desire to change the world with his fellow so-called we are rich and Rockefellers, of course, wanting to change the world to their desired taste or whatever they feel like the world should be. First of all, with introducing the population, reducing the population, not only the population of the entire world, but the population of the few chosen nations or chosen countries. And basically, in the nation, Africa falls among the missions. And of course, if there is insecurity, people are dying day and night, that means this mission is working too. We know that Bill Gates, of course, wants to create a social difference between the rich and the poor. So apparently, for him, the extremely poor people should be eliminated. And this world is not only made for the rich people who can afford to live. So that tomorrow you don't start conflicting or fighting for what to eat, what not to eat. So that rich people should not be fighting with the rich or competing with what to eat with the rich. Our electricity is going. Again, that's I need to liquid 20. Nange wakajegali. Yeah, better that way. We have we are going to use the light, the soka chiseko carton, like there. Me, I'm okay. Now a jang. So our other Wi-Fi is going to again back. But duke mungo carton. Yeah, I know. Tekigenda ddubala. That guy ngenda kyogera nno mu Luzungu. Mutajja zibala. Battery, the phone eriko amasanzi genkana. Our electricity is going to keep tagenda kubala luno olunaku. It's not going to count this day. It's mine. Mulalo tawulira. Inga muzi. Yeah, it's okay. You're going to stay there? No.
The chicken, the chicken is scared of the darkness.
Budandisokala ukoko. Tell your president to stop
Eating and fix.
misleading and fix the electricity. Yeah, electricity is gone.
Twaliziwere bbiri.
Mm.
Yogera.
Naye ng'akagumu kaffe kanaaziweza ntusooka tukabusabusa.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, our electricity is gone, Jiba.
So I think we have to use now
But
hotspot.
we are going to use hotspot and also use our phone to light, as we are using our phone right now to light, and we have connected to the mobile data. So our Wi-Fi is off apparently.
Asitaliyo.
No one is in surgery, Jibijab. Whenever Matakako can standby generator, and when this electricity goes off, it doesn't go off in the entire region. Some other people will not have it, whereas others will.
So this is General Squid. Yeah.
That's so many that you guys had. Yeah, all take care and stay strong. Be hope no one is in the surgery. Anyway, sorry for that. We had to, of course, get on a hotspot. That's why our network went down a bit. The power is, of course, the lights are off. So we had to, of course, use our mobile data. And then, of course, we lost this, but we are back. And we hope to take you to at least in a 30 minutes drive, so that at least we can make 2 hours
Okay,
on our
it's
live.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, Jibdaba. It's not usually like okay when we don't have electricity. It's not like it's a total blackout like everyone doesn't have. You will find that we don't have lights here, but Innosetu's place has. You may find where Innosetu's place doesn't have lights, where my place has, and you will find where wow, our place don't have light because Innosetu's place is just as close as my place, but we may be on different lines. So yeah, Innosetu's place is a walkable distance to mine, so it's a close. So you can imagine that it's a walkable distance. It's not. It's just a few buildings, but you will find that my at times we don't have electricity at our home, and there's electricity at T's, and at times you find there is electricity. There is no at T's, and we have at ours. So yeah, at times the lines are different. And at times we get electrical shocks, and sometimes people will get to steal electricity. Crazy. People People will steal, some people will decide to steal electricity. They connect some fake wires and reconnect their houses. Crazy, but yeah, true. That's what
Boy,
people
that
do.
makes it hard to plan.
So, boy, that makes it hard to plan. Yeah, yeah. So it does, it does. But some people have solar panels that keep the lights up. Some people have generators that keep the lights up. So yeah, some people plan for it because you cannot be so sure. You cannot be 100% sure that the lights are going to be on for a long time. But people have standby generators. The moment the lights are off, the generators are on. The moment the lights are off, their solar panels are on. So by the way, I think solar panels are guarantee electricity, except when it's raining.
Mm.
Yeah, except when it's very rainy when the sun is not up there. But meanwhile, I'm first when you are amazing and college. So that's it. Jibjaba. How did you celebrate your 2020? How did you celebrate your New Year? Where were you at? How was it? Our New Year mukwana. Yaliko muliro no mukama.
Enkulage nawo.
By the way, tutina kuandika 2024 resolution.
Atugiwanikira.
Like plans like za 2024. Ate buli ebeera ki buli ng'oteekako tiiki. Ate when you close the youngest of planners wezezza olina okumanya bw'obadde successful.
Naye currently eriwo suubira nti yeetaaga okuwandiika.
Eyo yokka.
Hmm?
Eyo yokka.
No success, of course, it has to come with a success.
Tulina pulaani emu. Tugenda gula ttaka.
Ettaka lya next year mukwano.
This year tulina ki?
Motoka. Ettaka lya next year, to be honest, unless nga waliwo ekikyusa, when it comes closer, when it comes fast, we can at the end of the year. But if it doesn't come so easily, it may be next year. See ya this year. Ibija bakuddamu ate home in bed.
We don't do the parties. Mukyala we. Anyway, me, Innocent was also at home in bed. Am I lying?
I was at home.
You were at home in bed.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I was at home in bed.
You don't have to be that serious. I'm not saying you were at what? So we decided to travel. Me and Innocent went to see his mom, and I also had to go and see my mom. So apparently my mom wasn't home, so I had to travel up country And so I got there, my brothers were there, and sure, yeah, I wasn't at home in bed. I wasn't at home in bed because I have that crazy camping. But until the fireworks hit, like until they had to, of course, celebrate that midnight time. I went to
How
bed.
about you, Omar?
Yeah, so I went to bed. I got some good scenes of fireworks. Um, yeah, I was able to stay awake. I had not done that for a very long time. I thought that we are going to celebrate New Year with INNOSSETU. Maybe we shall celebrate next year.
Next year ngenda kubeera ku Lwokusatu ne Christmas Lwokusatu.
So apparently next year we are going to celebrate New Year with INNOSSETU. So he's not going to the village. I'm not going to the village too. So we're gonna be celebrating the New Year together. This time we said we have to go and see our parents, so we did. Yeah, it was kind of okay. I got crazy brothers though. They don't allow you sit. They don't allow you go out alone. The only time you go out is when you're with them. So we went. They had their friends. We sat. We enjoyed seeing the scenarios and the scenes and the crazy time at that time. So I had to get back home. They had to go back. We are partying. Yeah, I went to bed, slept actually, but that was near. It has been long when I see man of celebrating that too. Would you call our fireworks?
Hmm?
Would you call our fireworks? You be charging.
Fireworks, but
From here, I used to do
For you
party.
used to party. You know, set is a
like
party
like I told
animal.
you that like say like I used not to be at home during those days. I used to start school.
Was this your first time celebrating fast with mom?
Mhm. Then now they're like 3 years back when I'm celebrating with her.
So, no, this one has been the third year.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, it has been like that with her.
I'm always
And
celebrating with my moms. The only time I didn't.
whenever I go to my mom's place, I don't move. I'm always there. I don't want to knock her
So
tonight.
it
You
is
open
3 years
for
when
me.
you decided to grand said I'm not partying.
Yeah.
The only time I didn't
Oh,
celebrate
do
with my mom.
Ugandans shoot guns in the air for the New Year's? They do. They do that here. Pretty stupid behavior. That's good. Your brothers protect you. Watch out.
Banga,
Yeah. By the shooting guns in the air here in Uganda, no. How
they
they get
don't.
you
You can't
shooting?
do
Where
that
did you
here.
get the gun? Of course, they will first arrest you.
They just do the fireworks thing. And
Fire.
whenever there is fireworks, there is police.
Mm.
That's what I noticed last time.
And fireworks must be actually done in recognized areas, authorized areas, legal areas. You can't just
You
wake up
just don't do.
in
And
your
if you are going
house,
to
you stand at
have
the top of
fireworks
your
in your
house and
house, you have to go to police and tell them that Innocent and Maria as Blackout Fire Network are going to have fireworks.
you
So
even pay something.
you have to tell the police about that.
And you pay
And
something
you
for
pay some.
shooting.
Of course, they will be there. Police will come and be around, so you have to. I think, but honestly, apart from when I will first time yakubeera okulaba fireworks nga ngiri kumpi bwenti ntuze kutuuka zinange
Ng'ojja n'odduka.
si kudduka mba sibigenda kyonga ebyo mubeera mu budirisa lubalaza no because no it's gonna be funny but this 2023 was, I think, my first time, honestly, me being close to a place where they were having those
So
fireworks.
did your mama give you pig's feet and
Black
eyed
eyed peas for good luck.
For good luck.
Pixie feet. No.
They
But of
was-
course, for us, our mom blessed us. She just called us all and she was like, Let this year be filled with success, blessings, luck, and let everyone achieve what they pray for in this 2025. We're always like, yeah.
But for we prayed before because of course at when at
Midnight.
towards midnight I was already asleep. So we had a prayer at
Before.
around 10.
Hmm.
So after that prayer, each one of us
I
went to
called
his
you. I called INNOSSETU and he was asleep. I called. I remember. Let me tell you that's the story of New Year. Growing up as a child, I used not to. By the time it was midnight, I was always sleeping all the time. Every time, but the noise, the fireworks, everything would wake me up. And unfortunately, by the time I'm out
Mm.
at the yard, apparently things are done. People, they're greeting each other, you know.
Mm.
So I was always like, shh. Munali mukuzina. That's no. So my our second born, that's our second brother, our elder brother. You usually used to Maria, you missed the year, you didn't see the year coming, you didn't see how this year was chasing the other year out of the space and stuff like. And I was like, mujja kudda, tujja kwogera bino paka essaawa zaffe ziggweeko. So um when it reached 2003, I waited
Mm.
that I was going to watch. I could not watch. I slept. 2004, I think, was the first time I stayed awake and until midnight. Nganida mwaka. Mwaka mpya. So at 2004, my brother used to tell me, we saw 2003 coming, it was coming with fire. This year is going to be fire. And I'll be like, how? How is it going to be fire? No, you didn't, it came with the fire. It had wings, it had what? And I could imagine, my God, how is that? I want to see it.
But for me, whenever we could shift from another to another, I could see different things. I don't know, maybe
You have
I said
imagination.
New Year when you see
Me, like I told you, I was so eager, desperate. I needed to stay awake so that I see how this year is chasing the other. Because this is how my brothers, I had put that in my mind that the other year had to chase the other one out of the space. And as 23 is coming, 2022 is, sorry, 2003 is coming, 2002 is running. So I missed. So I stayed awake on 2004. When I came out, I did not see 2004 chasing 2003. And I was confused. I said, how is it that 2004 is not chasing 2003 right now? You guys told me, no, you have not seen it.
But there is something I saw, was it in 2000, 2012, 2013? I saw like during those days I just joined Facebook. But during that time, towards 12, the internet is freezing. You can't even make calls.
No, even not even internet, even these phones.
They freeze when
Even
you
the
can.
phones. Even this,
Choka.
forget the internet. Even the direct phone calls.
You can't make a call.
I tried to call mom because I was with my brothers. So I tried to call mom, like her phone weren't going through. So I just had to text. And the good thing, I was just heading home. So I need to get a muzukusa. I'm making sure that I head home before I design sawa. That's what old school blacks do. Pig meat, black-eyed peas are for good luck. They even put silver coins on the doorstep for luck with money. That's a good culture. That's a good culture. And they usually say,
but most of the spiritualists in African countries, this is their day. Which means okutandika omwaka okutandika n'ogwomukaaga kuba like baba bagayita mu spiritualists kati olaba nze okutandika n'ogwomukaaga paka mwaka kuggwaako baba baguyita mwaka gwa nsobi. No, si nkola nsobi nnyingi but like for them they are normal year ebeera ya 6 months kati guno omwaka ogulala gubeera gwakuwaayo eri bakatonda baabwe. Either you see those spiritual people starting from July gwogomukaaga their abasinga their eyes are red. June. Their eyes are ever red up to the end of the year. Kati this year kati bali free, buli kimu kiri free. Empewo zidduse ezigenze kati kasita bikola kimanyi olwokusatu amasabo gatakola oba olabeyo bukyayimbiza ekola ku lwokusatu oba essaawa mabucha agakola agembisi aba bakola ku lwokusatu basiru. Go to those big butchers ezo ez'omukyalo you see whether they work on Wednesdays. Bayinza okuba bakola naye nga bakola mu nsobi so yiyo sawa zaffe zimeze setudidyomu. Okay, ako twakalabyeko tuzayo. That's what okay ako twakasomyeko dda. So a lot happens. Even those people that pretend to be not following religious. Not religious. There are things that cults that are done towards the end of the year. I know. Look, because you see, like towards the end. It is this December that I've not seen very many accidents. Doing rituals. Do you know when I towards a wood over fall? Do you know? There is, before I tell you that story. Before I tell you that story, on why there are those rich people, they say that towards the end of the year, and stuff, and they call the poor, they call people and a lot. It is not until about they want to give the poor, but it's always a ritual that they can, and you will realize that for them, they don't feed on those very things. They will not feed on that bull or something they have cut. Dark energy, and towards New Year usually, or because it's for children busy. But you might know when we were the next day that was on fast. Basa ekuba waliwo omwana gwe baakona muvubuka alinga 25 years nafiirawo kalaasu katojugira nga ngenda mudwaliro nga nkugamba munasanze omuntu afudde ndyoka nzirukayo ekikulu. Nze bannange, I'm sorry, I've not been close like to people who are dead a lot. But seeing a dead body like so it didn't sense. Mukazi bamusitudde ng'ali mu motoka yange omubiri gwe gulinga mazzi ate ng'asaba afudde naye bamutaddemu oja muno black peas gundi ogirya abalabirya black peas fulumya omukago n'okuli munda. We eat this one. These black peas, you see those black peas? We eat them. We even eat their leaves. Olaba goberya nkufumbira eyo black peas. Bikola obwo obuntu babuyita enkoole. Jibijaba agambye the theory is pigs root forward with the snout,
They won't eat chicken because it scratches and throws behind
It's
itself. Yeah,
takolesa mabega
yeah.
deyinza kuzza forward
Kituufu.
ate kiri like yeah. I think that is the theory Deep Java is talking about. The feet. Look at the chicken.
The feet. I got the theory is pigs root. Pigs root forward with the snow. Column.
Then the chicken
they won't
scratches.
eat chicken because it scratches and throws behind itself. Kubebe kuzawa backward busy forward.
First.
Behind Maria and INNOSSETU. Yeah, hi Joby. Then I know the Tulabaka. Lando says greetings family. How is everyone doing today? Setu and Maria, greetings back to you, Lando. How are you? I love black.
You got it.
I love black guys. You get it. Yeah, that's big. That's a black piece. They can wash your stomach very well. Me, I know. They are good. They are very good. For us here, we eat even the leaves. We eat that their leaves. Their leaves are good in chlorophyll. They have a strong chlorophyll. Hey, Jibjaba, my brother, I hope you're having a blessed day. Lando, Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Joby, Happy 2024. Yeah. Okay, guys, we don't have lights, and that's why we are like this. We are using our phone, and of course, our hotspot, our Wi-Fi is off, and our lights are off because we don't have electricity. But of course, we decided to take you guys throughout these hours, and thank you so much, Jeep Jabba, for being with us throughout these hours. Thank you so much for sticking with us, even when the lighting is so ugly like this. But thank you so much, and thank you so much, Lando, for coming through, though. Yeah, and Joey says that happening. Yeah. We hope you celebrated your new year. Museven did it. He is always doing it. He's always doing it. He's on it. He's at it. You're not. He's always doing it. So, okay, spending my day at home. Hope doing Brookline on my old Cavi. All right, track. All right, guys. So, tubaleke wanene. Tagagenda tukubirayo bulungi. So, we are saying thank you so much, guys, for being here. We have to sign out. But of course, we are looking forward to, of course, coming on another segment. If the lights are back on, we shall definitely come back because we had a lot in stock for you guys, only that we have been disappointed by the electricity. But hopefully, if the lights are back, we shall definitely be back. The new year in our African tradition is the end of March. All right. The end of March. My African tradition. Now look at Lando.
Yeah, he said it.
Who's Lando? Bye, family. Bye, Jibjaba. Lando, thank you for letting us know about that. And of course, ciao, guys. See you when you see us. Kwaheri, and we love you.